Monday morning, last day of work. Then I got 4 days of running around and taking care of a crazy laundry list of stuff that needs to get done around here before I head to Tokyo, Japan, for my Wolf Ostuka procedure to correct my paroxysmal AFib. Unfortunately, for those of you guys that know me, my AFib is symptomatic and everything kind of stops when I go into AFib. So this is our best chance at just curing this once and for all. I just want to make this video very quickly and show you. For those of you that are local and are wondering why my lot is empty and where's Jeff, I am not going out of business. Stop the rumor mill, guys. Small town nonsense. While I'm away, there's actually a couple of cars on the lot right now. There's usually 30 cars out there piled up. I do have a couple customers I'm working on today, but I'm not going out of business, guys. Taking a couple months off for the procedure. My cousin is going to come and seal coat my parking lot while I'm away. That's why all the cars are removed from the parking lot. Small town America. All right. I'm kind of just, I'm sitting here thinking, my gosh, this journey started for me about 10 or 11 months ago. When I first saw a video about Dr. Randall Wolf and the Wolf Mini Maze, which then led to a video call with him and a couple of emails back and forth, and then a video call with Dr. O out in Japan. And I just want to say, I mean, my initial response was, nah, I'm not going to Japan. It's amazing what a little time and research will do. So, all right, well, that's it for this video. I'll probably check in Friday night, which is the night before the flight. I doubt I'll be doing much sleeping. And I'll talk a little bit about AFib, a little bit about the unsuccessful ablations that I've had. And I don't want to get too technical. There is a ton of information on the web. If you're at all curious, if you're suffering from AFib, just do a search of Wolf Mini Maze. And there is a ton of information out there. All right, guys. Happy Monday. Well, Thursday, September 12th, exactly 1 week from my procedure. And I'm ready for it. It's funny because last night, about 11:30, I had a little reminder of why I'm going to Tokyo, and I was in AFib I bounced in and out of it, but it was about a half-hour episode. I was kind of hoping I had gone into AFib, I don't know what it was, 2 weeks ago, and I remember thinking, hopefully that's the last time. I won't ever have to deal with this again, but last night was a little bonus. But my heart's a little bit unsteady today, but no AFib as of yet. Almost over. All right, guys. This one's it, for real. This is the last video before we head to the airport. It's Friday night. I think it's about 10:30. I just finished blowing off the parking lot. My cousin is going to come and seal coat it while I'm away. I've spent the entire week in denial. It's kept myself super busy. I do just want to say, what an awesome group of friends I have. Man, oh man, so many people have reached out. I had a chance to visit a few people this week, spend some time with friends, and just, it's heartwarming. It's really touching. I do want to say especially thanks to Tom, who will be my traveling companion for the next 30 days. If somebody had ever told me 40 years ago when we met that he and I would be in Japan someday, nah, I'd have called him crazy. All right, videoed a couple of short videos this week. I'll put them all together. This will just be the end of it. Next stop, Newark, New Jersey. I'm getting up bright and early. I'll probably get up about 4 a.m. Pick Tom up at 6 a.m. and then we're going to head to the airport. We want to get there a little bit early. International flight. I think our flight leaves at 11:20. That'll give us time to get sorted out, get our luggage checked in, get through security, and maybe have a Bloody Mary. It's been a long week. Every time I pick up a camera or the phone and try and talk about my AFib and just give a brief background on it, I realize I guess I don't like talking about myself too much. Or I just, for whatever reason, I blank out. Anyway, every time I've tried to record this video, I've ended up getting aggravating and just making fun of myself. I'll try and make it brief. I was diagnosed with paroxysmal AFib in my mid-30s. Had my first catheter ablation in 2018. I was AFib free for about a year and a half before it came roaring back. In 2021, I had my second catheter ablation with disastrous results. It made my AFib at least 10 times worse than it was. Instead of going into AFib a couple of times a year, I was going into AFib every couple of days. Approximately 6 weeks after that catheter ablation, I went in for a third one to try and correct whatever had happened during the second one, with not much better results. I was AFib free for about 2 months. Again, it came roaring back. They finally got me on a medication that worked, which was Sotalol, after trying a couple other meds unsuccessfully. And that has kept me mostly in sinus rhythm. My AFib episodes, when they do happen now, most of the time they're short. A long one would be several hours, 3 to 5 hours. A short one could be anywhere from 5 minutes to 40 minutes. And that's pretty much, I've kind of just been in that zone for the last few years. And it's weird because I had a 5-month streak at one point and an almost 7-month streak with virtually no AFib, but it always comes back. So anyway, that's what pushed me to try and find a better outcome for this AFib issue, which has led me where we are now. Heading to Tokyo, Japan for one of what I would consider the 2 top doctors in the world to perform the procedure I'm having and to hopefully cure my AFib. One being the originator of this procedure, which is Dr. Wolf in Houston, and the other one being Dr. O in Tokyo, Japan. The reason I am going to Tokyo, and I know a lot of my friends think I'm nuts, and I thought I was nuts at first, in health insurance, particularly in New York, they don't like out-of-network stuff. I could not get the procedure covered in Houston. It was recommended to me by Dr. Wolf to reach out to Dr. Ostuka. I'm glad I did. What a wonderful, wonderful doctor, wonderful human being. So anyway, I'll be meeting him this coming week. So that's where we're at. To simplify it, how do you simplify something like that? Well, I guess you don't. And I apologize for not knowing the author of this description, but I'll read it very quickly. It might have, I don't know if this is from Dr. Wolf's page, or this might have been somebody from the Wolf Mini-Mage Facebook page, which, by the way, what an awesome group of people. I wouldn't be even having this conversation if not for the support and encouragement, and just, I can't even say enough about that group. But let me just read this to you. It's a little bit of medical mumbo jumbo. And this is specifically talking about the Wolf Mini-Maze performed by Dr. Wolf. Purpose. The Wolf Mini Maze is designed to treat atrial fibrillation. The Wolf Mini Maze is designed to treat AFib by interrupting the activity of the autonomic system around the pulmonary veins and the left and right atrium. You ever thought you'd heard your mechanic talk like that, did you? The procedure involves minimally invasive bilateral pulmonary vein isolation with a bipolar RF clamp, testing and ablating the ganglion plexi, documenting PV block, and closure of the left arterial appendage. Which is where stroke originates, which you have a higher chance of stroke when you have AFib. Effectiveness. This procedure has been shown to be effective in treating AFib with a success rate of over 97%. Now, that number varies. I am very fortunate because my AFib is paroxysmal, which means it comes and goes. It has a higher success rate in that case. The downside is my 3 unsuccessful catheter ablations might give me a little bit of an issue after the fact. That remains to be seen. We're not going to spend any time talking about that ever at all. Effectiveness, we just said 97%. Recovery. The recovery time for recovery. The recovery time for the procedure is typically short, with most patients returning to their normal activities within a few weeks. That is true unless you're a one-man wrecking ball like I am. It's going to take me a little bit longer to go back to work. Obviously, I can't be doing the stuff that I would typically do, which is, it's abusive in the best case scenario. I'm going to give myself a little bit of extra time for my heart to heal. And candidates. Who are the candidates for this procedure? This procedure is suitable for patients with AFib who have not responded to other treatments. That's like custom made. Or have certain underlying heart conditions. That's really the brunt of it. And forgive me if I mispronounced anything or said anything incorrectly there. But again, to summarize it, it's surgical ablation. Laparoscopic, going inside, attacking the surface of the heart and those pulmonary veins, as opposed to catheter ablation, which goes from the inside, burns the inside of the heart, trying to affect those veins on the outside. So it makes sense that it's more effective. What doesn't make sense is that it's not performed more frequently by more doctors. That's another video for another time. We're not going to get into that. All right, that's it for now. I'm going to go, I don't know, double check my suitcase, lie awake, and probably toss and turn until 4 a.m.